All right, well, it is Thursday morning, and I am getting ready to embark on a long drive. I'm going to pick up my sister in Kentucky. I am here in Maine. This is the longest Trace and I have been apart since we've been married 20 some odd years. So I got everything close to me here. I got the car all set up. I got my cooler, food, snacks. Right now I'm working on getting all my electronics set up. I got GPS and I have stuff I'm delivering to my sister in the back here. I have a sleeping bag, pillow back there, and and as far as up front here, you can see I'm just getting everything fired up here. Get all my controls. My phone's going to go up here. Anyway, I'm just going to get the rest of this stuff all plugged in. Make sure I get the GPS programmed exactly where I want to go with a few waypoints. And we're going to hit the road. Okay, just heading out now. I'll let you know our progress as we go. It is 5:25 in the morning and I am leaving the driveway. We'll check in with you later. We are on the road. Oh, we're getting our first call on the scanner. We're on the road. We're on I-95 heading south out of Maine. The first state is just about out of the way. We're just getting ready to leave Maine here and enter New Hampshire. Traffic slowed down a little bit just because of construction here, but we're currently going to be going over the Piscataqua River Bridge. There it is right there coming up. Across this bridge, we will be in New Hampshire. Goodbye, Maine, for 5 days or so. And hello, New Hampshire, for maybe 15-20 minutes. Okay, we're leaving New Hampshire, and you can see a sign right there probably says welcome. Well, so that's the Massachusetts Visitor Center, so we're just crossing over the line right, and now you probably can see on the GPS. So New Hampshire is behind us.
In 1.5 miles, take exit 59 on the right to I-495 south.
Welcome, Massachusetts sign. So about 15 minutes or so in New Hampshire, give or take. And now I'm just in a little bit of traffic here, so bear with me a second. We'll be turning right onto 495. This is a route I've driven dozens and dozens of times until I get into southern Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania. All these routes I'm on right now are very familiar to me. So not too much need for the GPS. I'm just using it for a timing right now and to see what I got for time. But if you're curious what this video is about, basically we have this virus going on, and my sister comes home every year to see Mom. And of course we had tickets all purchased for her. Hold on, I gotta change lanes.
Then take the exit.
So we had a ticket all purchased for her, and before all of this happened, back in like January really. And of course, we all know where we're at now. This is middle of May, end of May.
59.
So we canceled her flight and decided to just drive out and get her pretty much non-stop. I have the car full of provisions and I'm completely set up here. Hopefully you can see that. I got a cooler full of stuff. I got all my snacks and electronics I need to make this trip. Phone over there. In the back, I got stuff I'm delivering to my sister, so it was kind of a win there. I can bring some stuff down that you certainly can't ship inexpensively. So that's kind of the situation. And well, she's been in quarantine at her house for 3 weeks now. By the time I get there, it'll be 3 weeks. so when she comes to Maine, it won't be as big of an issue. However, she's not going to be going anywhere really anyways. So we just, want to take precautions for Mom and everybody else, including herself. And the best option was to keep her off of the airplanes and in a controlled environment. So I have food. I told her to get groceries and stuff while she was home, back along, so she has stuff to pack for her for the ride home, because we will not be stopping at restaurants. If we do get anything out, it'll be through a drive-thru or something like that, but we're really going to try to avoid that altogether. And if we have to stop, we'll be sleeping in the car. And oh yeah, by the way, where are we going? We are going to Kentucky. So this is a halfway cross-country trip during this crazy times. I got gloves in the car, hands of sanitizer, hand lotion, so I don't dry my hands out for as much sanitizer I'll be using. I'm only going to stop for gas and bathroom breaks, and if I need to take a nap, I'm just going to crash right here in the back of the car. So that's kind of what this is all about. Get my sister home, and she'll be home in Maine for about 5 weeks. So if she does want to go visit friends and stuff after she's been in the state for a couple weeks, certainly won't be an issue, because that will be on top of her quarantining back in Kentucky and not going out of her house. We're minimizing all external contact, or as much as possible. Alright, so we are now currently in Massachusetts, and I'll be on 495 for a while here, then we'll be hitting 290, 90, 84, right out through Hartford, Connecticut, into Pennsylvania, through New York, Pennsylvania, and then into the Virginias and Kentucky. So right now, if we were not to stop at all, you can see I would be at my sister's a little after midnight tonight, bottom right corner of the GPS there. Of course, I'm going to be stopping. My plan is to be there around noontime tomorrow. So that number right there will change as we make stops, bathroom breaks, rest breaks, and fuel stops. So, that's where we are. So we're just going to continue through Massachusetts, and I'll let you know when we get ready to hit our next state. All right, I made my first stop here. I had a half a tank, but I had to go pee. I was at a convenient rest stop here in, I think it's Carlton, Mass. It's the Plaza. Filled up with gas, bathroom break, and now I am ready to get back on the road and get going. So as far as staying clean, I opened the door because my hands are clean. I opened the door, didn't close it, got out, pumped my gas and stuff. I have gloves, and then before I even close the door, I sit back down. I squeeze some of the lotion in my hand before I even touch the door to close the door. Get all that on my hands and everything. I didn't touch anything after touching that handle until I sanitize my hands. And once the sanitizer kind of, evaporates off my hands, I'll go ahead and put the lotion on, because as much as sanitizer I'm going to be using on this trip, I don't want my hands to dry out. So I'm going to go ahead and get back on the road. I just had to show this. I am coming up on the Massachusetts-Connecticut border, but it is 10 minutes of 8 o'clock on May 20-something, May 21st. And I'm on Interstate 84, less than a half an hour from Hartford. And look how empty the highway is. And just a minute ago, there was literally no cars around me. But there's just so few cars on the road. And I guess I attribute this to the whole stay-at-home and this lockdown and all that. But yeah, it is like there's no traffic issues. I will turn the camera back on when we go through Hartford just to see what it looks like going to the city midweek during normal rush hour. We are just about crossing into Connecticut. Yeah. See ya later, Massachusetts. Hello, Connecticut. We'll be in Connecticut for probably a couple hours. We're going to go south in through Hartford, and then we'll be heading west, staying on 84, all the way out through back into New York for a bit. actually not back into New York, into New York for the first time. And then from there into Pennsylvania. So yeah, we're not going to stop at this visit center because we literally just stopped at a rest stop maybe 20 minutes ago. So yeah, now, and you can still see we are, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or so outside of Hartford, I believe, and traffic is still, I mean, yeah, I got these few trucks in front of me here, but traffic is still extremely light. I don't know if you can see it in the rear view mirror there, out the back, but there is very little traffic behind us as well. There's all kinds of space between cars. Incidentally, I have seen signs saying practice safe vehicle distancing. I'm sure it's a play on the social distancing, obviously. But it's also good practice. Like, I got this guy getting ready to pull in front of me here. I will let him in. And yeah, just keep our distance, drive safe, especially where I know I'm going to be on the road for many, many more hours. All right, we'll catch up with you later. Let's see here. You can see it's 8:10, and it is May 21st. It's Thursday. It's a Thursday morning, and we are just a few minutes.
Be in any of the 3 left lanes.
Thank you. We are just a few minutes out of Hartford, Connecticut, and the traffic is just crazy light. Yes, there is traffic, but it's really nothing compared to what you would normally be dealing with this time of day. It's just, yeah, very, very light. So we'll be going through the city here in a few minutes, and I'll show you that to see how it is going through there. But right now, it's pretty clear sailing. I mean, I know there's cars, you see all these cars around me, but there really is nothing compared to what this should be right now. I set my GPS up with waypoints to get me where I wanted, and I must have missed one, which is no big deal, because like I said, I've done this route a lot. So I'm staying right on 84. It's trying to put me on 15 to bypass the city. But I mean, you can see we're coming into the city here. And look at the traffic, or the lack thereof. I mean, even these other roads going in, it's like nothing. So it's just crazy. This is why a lot of insurance companies are issuing rebates, because there's nobody on the road, or a lot less, which means a lot less accidents, a lot less claims, and it's not costing them as much. So you're getting rebates. So, yeah, we're just going to continue on 84. We are going to be going right through the city here like we always do when we head out of New England and out of Maine. And, yeah, there's just very little traffic under these circumstances. I mean, look, it's just easy driving as far as that goes. You see the map there, we're right in the thick of it, and you can see in front of us we're in the thick of it as far as the city. But welcome to Hartford. Going underneath here, but there is no traffic issue at the moment at all. I think 15 takes you out around Hartford itself. I never go that way. I don't know why. I guess I just never had an issue going to the city, even without this virus and this whole lockdown, lack of traffic on the road. I tried to coordinate my trip and leaving the house in a time that gets me through these areas when it's not rush hour. Now today I wasn't so worried about it because I figured it would not be very busy, but I really honestly thought it would be busier than this.
Continue on I-84.
Okay, so my GPS is recalculated, obviously, and got me on 84 going the way I planned on going anyways. So we're going to be just coming out of Hartford here. We'll be in West Hartford, and I think Waterford or whatever it is, or Waterbury. And eventually we'll get into a small strip of New York before we get to Port Jarvis, Pennsylvania. So we'll check back with you in a little bit. So we're making pretty good time, and we are getting ready to leave Connecticut and enter New York. And here we are, right here.
Continue on I-84.
Once we cross those bridge here, well, we could be. Oh, I see the line coming up. We got a little bit more, and then we'll be in New York. You can see it's probably hard to see, but there's a definite line there. It's coming up very, very shortly. And then I can't remember how far across New York it is. It's a decent amount. It's a smaller section of New York. We're going right from Connecticut into Pennsylvania, so it won't be too long. We are now in New York officially. Let's get around these people here. So our next state will be Pennsylvania, and that will be crossing Pennsylvania in Port Jarvis area. And yeah, and I do need to take a bathroom break, but I'm going to try to wait until I get to Pennsylvania, because I know there's a rest stop there. If I find something along here that's really convenient and kind of away from the city or the towns and stuff, I might do that. Otherwise, I'm going to wait until I cross over into Pennsylvania. So that's where we're at right at the moment. It is currently 9:15 or so, I guess, right there. We're making very good time because the traffic is next to nothing, really. We left the house at 5:20. We're just hitting the New York border at 9:15. So that's 4 hours. Typically, it would take almost that long to get to Hartford. So that's pretty good. All right, we'll check in a little bit later on, see where we're going on this trip halfway cross country during this virus and slight lockdown to get my sister and bring her back home in a safe manner as possible. No contact with other human life, if at all possible. Well, I guess it's goodbye New York, hello Pennsylvania. We are at exit 1 New York here on 84. I don't know if you can see that, but we are getting ready to cross this bridge here over into this is the Port Jarvis area of Pennsylvania, and we'll be Pennsylvania. Now our next turn is Scranton, Pennsylvania, which we will then turn south on I-81. But 56 miles, one hour. Incidentally, next week, I'll be back home Monday. This is Thursday. Back home Monday with my sister. Then the following Monday morning, I leave early. I'll be going the same route again, and heading south down through Gettysburg, and got a few things planned and things we need to do down there. But there is the sign. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Goodbye, New York. See you in a few days. So we'll be in Pennsylvania for several hours, 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's where we're at. When we start heading south, we'll get some pretty, some nice areas too, as far as mountain views and stuff like that. And I'll try and get the camera out for that. But I see my battery is about dead on this. I'm going to have to change it out. But yeah, welcome to the Pocono Mountain area. Tracy and I have been down here a lot, going through here. We do have a couple places we like going to Pocono Mountains. There's this Promised Land State Park, which is a campground and like 5,000 acres of woods and trails. And the Delaware Delaware Water Gap is in this area. Some beautiful walking trails and waterfalls. And if you've heard of the Niagara of Pennsylvania, Bushkill Falls, and things like that are right in this area. So a real beautiful area to spend some time. And that's some of the stuff we're going to be doing on our trip out here a week from this coming Monday. So, yeah, that's there's a really nice diner right over here too. I may not be able to see it with all these trees. But anyways, it's really good food, and we've stopped there several times. It's right after this Walmart here. But yeah, no, this is just a nice area. It's really really pretty scenery. Hopefully my battery don't die here before I'm done talking. But yeah, you can see it's out that side over there, and then directly across on this side of the road here, it goes straight up this big, huge hill. And that's pretty much this whole area is like this. It's mountainous and rolling hills and hiking trails and stuff like that. And I think that diner we already just passed. You just can't see it because it's down over the hill there on the other side. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of a hill here. So I thought you could see it. I don't know. Oh, you probably can see it from the other side of the road going east, but going west, you can't see it. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera off, and hopefully I'll get a new battery in it before I need to use it again. But yeah, we are on our way. All right, well, we're out of Scranton and headed south on 81. And somehow when I programmed my GPS with a waypoint, I must have put the waypoint on a road that I didn't plan on going on by accident, because it's continually want me to turn around and go back the other direction. So fortunately, I still know right where I am and where I'm going for the most part. So I'm just disregarding it till my next rest stop, and then I will make the appropriate adjustments to the GPS. But at the moment, it's continually telling me to turn around, head back up 81. So it must want me to hit that waypoint. I should have zoomed in on the waypoint and made sure it was on a highway that I planned on being on. But look at this. We are in central Pennsylvania. It's heading towards Harrisburg, as you can see right there on the sign, hopefully.
In 1.5 miles,
see, it's
take exit 151
telling me to turn around again.
on the right to I-80 East, then exit left.
But yeah, it's no big deal. My next rest stop, I will make the adjustments needed to get us going, or at least get the map telling me to go the right way. Because right now I can't even tell how many miles to my next turn and everything, because it's confused as to where I'm supposed to be going. But we'll get that fixed. We're currently doing some climbing here, and I got a pretty good view out there. Well, right now it's all trees, I guess. I can't really look. I'm watching the road, so I'm just holding the camera that way. Hopefully you can see in between the open. Oh, we got an opening coming up here. So yeah, we got pretty good view out there.
Take exit 145 on the right.
Well, I got the GPS corrected. So basically what had happened, I put the waypoint in when I set it up to go a specific way, but I did not make sure that waypoint was on the actual route I was going to be on. I just put a city that I was going to be going through. And since the car or the GPS didn't physically cross over that actual waypoint I had on the map, it kept trying to turn me around and take me back there. So anyway, the good news is I just basically started a new route from where I am now, and my original estimated time of arrival was 12:30, and now we're down to 11:30 p.m. Now, of course, that's if I don't stop. I'm going to be stopping. My plan is to be there by noon tomorrow, so I've worked in 12 hours of downtime if need be. But I'm going to have to shut this off because I know Tracy just got home, so I just got an alert. A motion alert at the house on my phone, so she'll be calling me so I can verify my map and coordinates as far as my next turn. So yeah, some pretty good views out there, but right now we're in between trees and stuff, so we can't see anything. We should be coming up on Carlisle here pretty quickly, which is good because I'm down to a quarter tank of gas, which is still plenty, but I don't want to wait until I'm down really low, and I need to take a pee break. So, yeah, we should be very close to that. I know there's a big truck stop in Carlisle. Well, there always used to be anyways. forget what's on that sign up there. Truck repairs, and it could be at the rest of the truck travel plaza. I'm not sure, but I know we got to be getting very close. Trucks to Carlisle. That's delivery. So neat place right here. The interesting thing is I'm seeing all kinds of like the food exit signs, gas exit, and I just need gas and a bathroom break, but I'd rather just do it all in one stop. And the food stops most likely are closed or for takeout only, and many of the gas stops don't have facilities to use a restroom. So I know the travel plaza, that would solve both problems, fuel and I can make a pit stop. But for some reason I'm not seeing the sign or any sign that says truck plaza or anything like that. But certainly into a little bit more traffic right here, and I don't know what's going on the other side. I didn't see any accidents behind where we just were, but the traffic is going pretty slow over there, headed north. But our side here is going just fine. But really, we should be coming up on that travel plaza relatively soon. If we don't, it's not the end of the world, because we're going to be changing states here shortly, and I can always pull off, get fuel, because that's the most important, and then when I get to a rest area, I can use the facilities assuming they have one. But look at that row of trucks over there. So something has held them up, but back along those, I didn't see any issues, so I don't know why there's that much traffic, but this is the most traffic I've seen all day since I left the house this morning. And fortunately, it's on that side, but that is a lot of trucks right there trying to deliver. But I'm not seeing the travel plaza sign. So, well, we'll keep looking. We'll figure out what we're going to do here very shortly. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm not going north on 81, because this has been backed up now. It's been a couple miles, and now these vehicles here are at a complete stop. But I did see a sign that says rest area 2 miles. I see it up here. It says rest area 1 mile. I'm hoping there's some facilities I can at least use the restroom, and then I'm just going to have to pull off after that at the next available gas station so I can fuel up. But yeah, that traffic over there is at a standstill, and it's goes on as far as you can see at the moment. Man, am I glad I'm not going north on 81. I don't know, like I said, I didn't see anything. There was no issue, no nothing. So if there was an issue, it was cleared up, and then this is just residual traffic backed up because of it, but it's definitely pretty bad. Interesting though, the majority of the vehicle on the roads is trailer trucks, not personal vehicles. I mean, they are over there, obviously, but the bulk of it is semis and delivery trucks and stuff like that. So, all right, we got the rest here. We got to pull off here. Hopefully it's open. Well, I never found that truck stop. I don't know if they did away with it. I didn't think so, but I did stop and get gas. I'm all set there. Just got to look for a pit stop. But I wasn't comfortable where I was to go into the store, and they probably didn't have a restroom anyways. But I'm going through some pretty nice looking country here in southern central Pennsylvania. It's kind of nice. Some nice views. The traffic is definitely picked up for sure. It's certainly a lot busier, so I know we're right near some pretty major distribution centers for different businesses, and a lot of trucks and stuff on the road. But still not too bad. I mean, I still got some space. Definitely more traffic than we were seeing. Looks like I had about 29 miles to my turn, and I believe that turn is outside of Pennsylvania. It's in Maryland, so we got less than a half an hour left of Pennsylvania, and then we will say goodbye to Pennsylvania until probably Monday. I think we dip back into Pennsylvania when we come home, but we're not taking the same route home, so it'll be at least till Monday probably until we see Pennsylvania again. We'll see, but let's keep our eye open for a very convenient pit stop for a rest break for me. We are 1 mile from the Pennsylvania, Maryland, I think, Maryland border. And I have not found a rest stop yet that's been convenient. But I'm guessing once we go over the border, there'll be like a welcome center, hopefully within a few miles, that I can stop at. But I'm still doing all right. But yeah, and then we only have about 8 miles before our next turn, which will be turning west onto Route 70 or Interstate 70, headed towards Hancock, and then we'll be looking for Route 68. But we'll stay on 81 here a little bit longer until we get to Route 70 as the GPS indicates. But yeah, we're going to say bye to Pennsylvania and hello, Maryland. Just momentarily, yeah, I just said there. Welcome back to Maryland, I believe. Mile 11.6 or 116. So yeah, I believe we are now currently in Maryland. Some big fields over here. And I think we're going to be in Maryland for a while as well. Once we get on 70 and 68 heading west, we'll be going west for quite some time before we leave Maryland. And then into the Virginias and stuff like that. Then we go Maryland to Veterans Memorial Highway. Well, I'm in Maryland on Route 70 or Interstate 70 heading towards Interstate 68. Still looking for a convenient pit stop. However, I'm still good. And it's been some pretty nice scenery. I just passed some really nice stuff. I didn't get the camera on time, but yeah, kind of secluded out here. A little bit of traffic, not too bad, but some nice rolling hills and things like that. But we got about 15 more minutes before we switch over to 68. I was hoping there was going to be a welcome center here, but it's not a major entry point into the state, so I think that's why they don't bother putting a big, but they could have a small rest area, but nothing as of yet. But we'll keep looking. But yeah, there's some, yeah, you can't really see through the trees, but some nice rolling hills and farmland and stuff. Well, I'm still on 70, but I'll be getting on 68 here very shortly. I don't know if you can see on there or not, but the river to the left, there's a dotted line right on the edge of the river. I believe that's the state line. And then beyond that, you see the other kind of dotted line. That's railroad tracks. So we're in that upper little strip of Maryland that goes west. And we're just riding right in that little narrow strip between there and Pennsylvania for a while. And then we'll be switching over to 68 from 70. And it continues a little bit longer, I believe, before it actually we change into one of the other states. So yeah, we're just kind of in that awkward little strip of Maryland, going west, heading to Kentucky. Now I will say, this is the longest trip I've done by myself. And it'll be the longest trip Tracy and I have been apart too. I have gone on other trips without Tracy, but it's only been like 3 days or so, 4 days tops, and I've had somebody with me, travel companion. But this trip here is just me. And I do miss Tracy being next to me. Now I have called her, I've had her call me several times to verify things on the map. I left a map up on the computer at home for her to follow along in case I have a question. Because I can't really zoom ahead on this thing easily while driving. So I can tell her where I'm at and she can just confirm if I have any questions or anything like that. So I still have her as a side seat driver, passenger like that. Not a side seat driver, a side seat helper. But it's not the same as having her right here with me, that is for sure. But once I get out to Kentucky, pick my sister up, at least the ride home, I'll have a companion with me and I won't be alone. But I'm doing all right. Coming close to the halfway mark, maybe another couple hours will be halfway through our trip out to Kentucky. Because my sister's on the other side of Kentucky, western Kentucky. So, And incidentally, I am still looking for a bathroom. Thank God I didn't have to go really bad when I started looking. But the downside of being on the back roads, you know, the not so busy interstates through the country, is there's not nearly as many rest stops and stuff. Now, I'm seeing all kinds of lodging stops and restaurants, but I'm guessing, you know, a lot of those are closed. So I'm not even going to bother stopping until I find, you know, something more concrete. Now, if I have to go really bad, well, then I'll take desperate measures. But right now, I am still fine. And I just putting along. I did download a whole bunch of audiobooks, and I started listening to them in the beginning, but I haven't listened to any part of the past couple hours. No reason why. I guess I've talked to a few people on the phone, and just looking for a pit stop. So, yeah, I'm gonna let this truck here merge in early. That.
In 1 mile, take exit 1A.
Oh,
on the
I got
left
a mile, I got to turn,
to
so
I-68
I will
west.
let you go until later. Alright, I'm very excited. I just saw a sign that said rest there 1 mile, and I believe it said Maryland Visitors Center, or Welcome Center. Yeah. Let's hope it's open. Half a mile right there. So that, we will be pulling in there. I'll take a pit stop, and I'm going to get a little something to eat as well. But yeah, it's a beautiful area through here. I mean, look at these cutouts in the mountains up ahead here. I know you might have to zoom in. I'm on a wide angle, but just really kind of nice here. But I think this is the Welcome Center here, so I'll let you go so I can pull off safely. Well, I feel better now. I did stop. I swung into this little rest stop here. The restrooms are open, which is great. And when I walked in, I smelled bleach, which is a good indication that they're cleaning it often and thoroughly. So that's great. It's got a little sky bridge. I guess that's for people that are going eastbound and park on the other side. They can walk over here to the visitor center. Now I'm just getting a little bite to eat here and looking out this window here at this beautiful view. Just coming out of that rest stop here and came through the cut in the mountain, and this is what we see out the other side. Hopefully you can see some of that, because I am looking at the road ahead of me, not out the side window, so hopefully you can see a little bit about what I'm seeing out there. So yeah, we're just going to crank down the road now and get some more miles behind us.
I found me my a little tiny bag to put some snacks in. It's my Tony Stewart little cooler bag, you know, just put a little snacks in.
Yeah.
I found that. Yeah.
I remember coming through here when Mark and I went to get Mom and Dad when they blew the motor in the camper. I recognize this area right through here.
I remember that. That was pissed.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am. That's right
It
back
felt
on
so
that,
bad because we couldn't make it.
yeah, back on that hill that I was coming down to where I caught that big lightning bolt when I took a picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is an old...
Yeah, he felt bad. He said, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to make it. I said,
I got to do a little recording. All right, so yeah, I looks like I'm leaving Maryland, and look at that. Welcome to West Virginia. So Maryland, goodbye. We'll see you. We will not see you on the way back. And it looks like here we have a rest stop in 3/4 of a mile. Maybe I ought to stop and go pee real quick. All right, and you might hear my sister on the phone here. I'm chatting with her right over here through the car system. But look at that beautiful view in front of us. Just crested the hill here in West Virginia. Changed from Maryland to this state. And we got 30 miles left on Interstate 68. We'll be switching to 79. But yeah, we're making our way to Kentucky. Michelle, you got anything to say?
I'm just excited for you to get here so I can see my baby brother.
All right, so that's my sister in Kentucky, and this is our halfway cross-country trip during the virus disaster. So I have not touched anything for the most part without thoroughly sanitizing and being very, very cautious about what I'm touching and what I'm doing. I leave the car door open when I stop to get gas, and before I touch anything, the squirt bottle's in the door, I will sanitize up, and then I climb in and close the door. So I've been very good about that, but here we are in West Virginia. I'm guessing after West Virginia, it very well might be Kentucky. So
While you're also not dealing with a lot of people, it's safer than flying me to Maine because of all the people with my health issues is not a good idea.
right, and you've been quarantined for about 3 weeks now in Kentucky with almost no contact with the outside world other than through your husband, who has almost no contact with the outside world based on the job he does. He doesn't have to deal with it and interact with people, so that's really good. So yeah, we're doing everything the right way to make sure everybody's safe, and we get Michelle home to visit with Mom and the family for a month, and then we'll drive her ass back to Kentucky.
Possibly, right?
Right. Yeah, I told her her length of stay is directly correlated with the comfort of my ride home.
And you're very funny.
Yeah, because yeah, if I do any recording with us on the way home, which I'm sure I will, you'll see what I mean. She has a motor mouth. Motor mouth doesn't stop. All right.
Because I was raised with 4 kids.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna catch up with you guys here a little bit later, and we'll see where we're at. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. All right. Well, I'm well past the halfway mark. I'm in West Virginia still. I think I had about 2 hours left in West Virginia, and then I'll be in Kentucky. If I were not to stop, I got about 8 hours to go. I did just take a rest stop, just to use the bathroom and get us a quick snack. That was my pretty much just my third stop of the trip. It is now 5:22 p.m. Estimated time of arrival is 12:22 p.m. or well, a.m. be midnight, after midnight. But again, I'm going to be stopping and probably sleeping somewhere for a couple hours. But interesting, I just want to point out when I left Pennsylvania, got into Maryland, and stopped at the rest stop there with the beautiful views, and I used the facilities which were opened. Everybody was wearing a mask. I had mine, but everybody was wearing a mask. And 3 hours later, I'm in West Virginia, and I stopped at this rest stop, a nice rest stop, very clean, very, very clean, nice place. And so wasn't the other one. Nobody was wearing a mask here. I ran across, actually I say nobody, but one person. And at both rest stops, I at least ran across 15 or 20 people. So a decent amount of people. Everybody was, keeping their distance and everything. No, nothing ridiculous, but they're all being cautious. But just interesting, the difference from one rest stop to another. From everybody wearing a mask to pretty much nobody wearing a mask. So just interesting. I don't know what the case count is in each of these two states, but the virus doesn't care about borders anyways. It's just interesting. Yeah, I mean, just that's the facts. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just telling you what I saw. So yeah, I am still on 79 here, going southwest, and eventually we will go and switch over to 77, and then 64 going across Kentucky. It's been drizzling off and on, but nothing too serious. And of course it's cloudy now. And the views have been okay, but it's been a lot of mountainous travel, which I knew it would be going this way. I thought it'd be scenic, and the time-wise was about the same. I was going to come back this way so I could bring Michelle to the mountains and stuff like that, but we chose to take a different route so we could stop somewhere else and for a nice rest break and get out and stretch our legs. So you'll see that on the way home. But I'm a little over halfway into the trip, going to pick her up in Kentucky. And this is our halfway cross-country trip to pick up my sister, get her home, to visit for a month. And like I said before, she's been quarantined at her house for 3 weeks now. And yeah, you can see the rain coming, but yeah, not much to look at here, really. But we'll check back in with you a little bit later on. I'm slowly curving down the western side of the Appalachian Mountains. There's some ups and downs here, but once I get down on the other side of these and get into Kentucky, it will start to flatten right out and then eventually be pretty much just flat. So I'm enjoying these last hour or two of the hills and the curvy roads here, because I know this will be going away as we get further west. Yeah, another rest stop coming up here, but I'm in good shape, so we'll not be stopping. We're still currently on Route 79, and we are heading west to Kentucky. I might actually see some sunny sky before the day is over. It's a little after 6 o'clock at night. We're still on 79. But yeah, there's some clear sky over there. We're coming out of the rain, and we're definitely on the downside of the Appalachian Mountains here. It's pretty much all downhill for the most part now. Just wide sweeping curves and beautiful valleys in between these peaks and stuff. So yeah, but it looks like I got some clearing. See the fog in the mountains up here and in between the valleys and stuff here. But it's pretty. We pretty much made it through the storm. The roads are drying up in front of us now. That's pretty out through there. Alright, everybody, looks like I am leaving West Virginia here, and I'm going to be in Kentucky, I believe, in 0.1 mile. And now it says I have 300 feet of Route 77, Interstate 77. So I don't know exactly where the border is here. I'm looking on my map. It might be further up the road here. I thought that was the border, but I could be wrong. But at any rate, it is currently 7 p.m. Let's see. West is all the little roads there for whatever the heck town that was. But I don't see the border, so I might not be at the border yet. It could be, I don't know. I'm on
in 1.5 miles. Keep right to I-64 West.
Okay, I-64 West in 1.5 miles, so 60 miles an hour. That changed. That tells me I could very well be in a different state.
In 1.25 miles. Keep right to I-64 West.
Bear with me here, people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my sister here on the line there.
Yep, there I am in Kentucky.
Yeah, I could be in Kentucky. I don't know.
Do you feel like you're in Kentucky?
I don't really know. Well, at any rate, I got to put the camera down so I can concentrate on my driving here, of course. Charleston Visitor Center, that's that. So I'm not 100% sure. West Huntington is my next stop. It's 101. Oh no, it's exit 101.
Be in either of the 2 right lanes.
Okay, I'm in either of the 2 right lanes. So I need to do 64 to Huntington. So that's right here. Looks like I got a couple turns here. All right, I'm gonna shut you off here for a minute, just so I can see where I am, and then I'll get back with you in a second. I'm gonna guess that I am in Kentucky. There was no welcome signs, no nothing, but it's saying I got 169 miles. So I'm guessing we changed states, and you can see is a little city out here to my right, which is Charleston. And we're heading west on Interstate 64, I think I said.
Yes.
And we'll be on this for the next 168 miles, which is 3 hours, about 3 hours. And if that, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'd probably change to, what's that other road you said close to your place? It's might be
24, I-24.
So it might change. It goes to 27, be on I-27.
Yeah.
And then probably I-24.
Yeah.
I'm on the Kawanna Turnpike, or close to it. Does that sound like Kentucky?
Might be. I've never heard of it.
Oh, all right. Well, you know how.
Well, what can I say? I don't live in that part of Kentucky. I live at the opposite end.
That's true. So if I'm correct, I just entered the easternmost part of Kentucky, and I'm going to pretty much the westernmost part. Oh, Tracy is texting me. Tracy. So I'm going to have to see what she had to say.
Maybe she's saying you're in Kentucky.
Yeah. Maybe. I got a big rail yard to my right here. I don't know where the hell I am, but I'm on the right road. All I gotta do now is, I'm on West 64, Huntington.
Huntington you're at? Cannonsburg, you're in Kentucky. Or Neal, you're in Kentucky.
Gotcha. So I got the camera going. I got my wife on the line now, who's got the map I set up, and she's probably tracking me. So apparently I have not crossed over into Kentucky yet. I just went back and forth from West Virginia to Ohio to back to West Virginia, and but I will be getting to Kentucky shortly, correct?
Yeah.
So so I don't have Tracy next to me with a map telling me to go up 1 inch or over, but at least at home she's checking.
Cross the blue road. Cross the blue road.
Yeah, cross the blue road and go 1 inch. Very helpful.
Yep.
But anyway, so it looks like I have a little bit more to go before I actually cross into Kentucky. But there was no signs, no nothing. But more importantly, I need to find a travel plaza and stop and get some gas and a pit stop. I still got over a quarter tank, so I got time to find one. But that's where I am. So when I get to the border, I'll try to grab the camera and let you guys know. I'm just going to do a quick update here. It's probably been a half hour, 45 minutes since we chatted last. And I'm actually still in Virginia. So Kentucky is a little further than I thought. It's not that it's further, it's just the way I'm going, it's going to be a little funky, I guess. I went in and out of Ohio once or twice on the route we happen to be taking. But we're still in Virginia, but West Virginia. But it's not too far. We only have 4.5 hours to my sister's house. So we're doing very good as far as that goes. But of course, it is a steady rain now. I wouldn't say it's pouring, but it's a steady drizzle. But we're making good progress. I just stopped and completely fueled up again. I don't think I'll have to stop for fuel now until we're at her place. So we should be good there. I just had a quick little snack. And now we're just putting some more miles behind us. Considering driving all the way. I got to make a pit stop because where I got gas, I didn't want to use the facilities for the restroom. So I will look for a better opportunity for that. It's more rural and social distancing friendly. So we'll do that. And yeah, we only have 4.5 hours. And I still feel pretty good. I'm not really that tired. I've been driving pretty much non-stop other than bathroom and gas breaks since 5:20 or so this morning. It is now, like I said, 8 o'clock at night. We're darn near it. And we're going to lose an hour here, too. When I get within a couple hours of my sister's house, it's going to go from, 8 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock, so it goes back an hour. But I'm going to stay on my time just to keep things all straight. So, but yeah, that's where we're at. There's still some pretty good scenery. It's still somewhat light out, but the cloudy, drizzly weather has made it a little bit more dingy. Other than that, we're making good progress, much better than I thought, but I did expect to be at the Kentucky border, but I also expected, my sister told me, who obviously is mistaken, she said it was like 7 hours or so across Kentucky once you hit the border. And maybe that's right, but certainly not where I'm going to be going into Kentucky. I only have 4.5 hours left and I'm still not in Kentucky. So definitely not going to be 6-7 hours across the state of Kentucky to get to her house. But that's where we're at for the moment. Stay tuned, and we'll fill you in a little bit later, but I'm doing pretty good for being by myself. Now, I have talked to my sister on the phone 2 or 3 times for like an hour or 2 each time, and I've talked to my wife for a bit, 2 or 3 times as well. It's easy for my sister because she's just at home sitting there. My wife has a bunch of other stuff she's doing in between talking to me. So that's been pretty good. The couple hours I talked to Michelle once went by pretty quickly, and that made it a lot better. But we're on our way, and it won't be a lot longer overall. So we'll catch up with you later. All right, I see an exit 1 sign, so that tells me we're going to be crossing over the border here, probably to Kentucky very soon. Because there's exit 1. Now we got some construction here we're dealing with, but that's okay. Again, I think we might have crossed over this time because now the exit numbers have jumped way up like it's a new state. But I'm still not seeing a welcome to Kentucky sign. I don't know if they... Oh, there on the big water tower, Kentucky! I get this giant mill off to the left here. Ah, here we go. Oh, look at that barge out there. Crossing this river here. And we have a welcome to Kentucky sign. Now, we're in Kentucky. I got this idiot that pulled forward, slowed down, and then tried to pull in front of me. All because he wanted to get off this exit. If he just stayed behind me, it wouldn't have been an issue. So finally, goodbye, West Virginia, at 8:05 at night, and hello, Kentucky. So we'll be in Kentucky now for the rest of today, all day tomorrow, and we will be leaving Kentucky Saturday morning. Didn't I say a couple hours ago I might see some sun before the day is out? Look at the sky up there. Now, there's some blue sky. Definitely can see some blue sky. Don't know if I'll see the sun, but it's getting brighter. at 8 o'clock at night than it was a couple hours ago. Well, look at this, guys. 8:15 at night, and what a beautiful sight. We are in eastern Kentucky, and I saw a glimmer of sun. I really think at this point I am just going to drive on through. I got to make a pit stop here somewhere, but I only got 4 hours to go out of a 20-hour trip. So I'm probably just going to go and get there, because I'm really not that tired. I'm in pretty good shape. So yeah, I can't see stopping somewhere. I'd rather pull in her driveway and park there safely. But what I'm going to probably tell her is I'll pull in on the one condition. She just stays in bed, her and her husband. Don't come out, don't mess up their sleep. Text me if you know I pulled in to tell me I'm in the right driveway. But just let me climb in the back of the car and fall asleep. Because if I get out and she gets up, we're going to have to chat for a couple minutes. I'm going to have to drag my stuff into the house. Show me where my bedroom's going to be. She got a bedroom already set for me for a night or so. And that's going to just lose another hour or so when I could just crawl right back here. I got my sleeping bag, pillow, and I can go right to sleep and do that. So that's what I'm going to tell her. That's going to be my condition if I decide to go drive all the way through. For her, just don't get up, stay in bed. Her dog's going to bark, she said. Anyway, they told me to pull in anytime. That's very nice of them. But don't get up. Your dogs will stop barking eventually. Go back to sleep. Let me curl up in the back of the car here and go to sleep myself, and I'll see you in the morning. But I should be calling me here probably pretty soon. It's been an hour or so, and then we'll discuss that. And that's if I continue to drive all the way through. But it's looking more and more like that's probably going to be the case, because I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm going to make a pit stop here. I go to the bathroom. I got a full tank of gas, and no other reason to stop. So yeah, that's probably going to be the plan. We'll keep you up to date, see how this goes. I'm at a Kentucky Welcome Center. Might be able to see that sign over there. And just took my last pee break, and I think I'm going to be on the home stretch here. It's still like 4 hours, because I just literally shut the camera off because I found this rest stop that was open with facilities and everything. So I did that, stretched my legs a little bit, and now getting ready to get back on the road heading west. I have 4 hours to go. I don't anticipate stopping now for the duration of the trip, unless I really get tired and I need to pull over and lay down. But I'm still feeling pretty good, so I think I'm just going to go the rest of the way and then be done with it. So yeah, I'll just slow down my tongue. I got facility maintenance worker here cleaning up some stuff. So alright, yeah, let's get on the road heading that way and get this leg of the trip out of the way. Alright everybody, well, I am within a half an hour of my destination, and one thing I learned is the GPS actually put my finished location time zone in on the time, so I thought I was working on my regular home time the whole way, and when I was within 15 minutes, I really had another hour in 15 minutes because the clock was automatically set to the destination time, and I did not know that. So now I'm finally within a half an hour, but it's going to be 1 o'clock local time, midnight my Eastern time. Oh, what's this here? 24, actually, I guess I was turn. But yeah, I'm just about there finally. I just filled up with gas one last time. I have a full tank of gas, and we did experience gas station closures more than usual this time of night, probably because of the whole virus thing as well. Paducah, Calvert City, West 24. I want to stay on 24, right?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, that's my sister on the line. She is still up. She stays up late apparently too. But yeah, I don't think you can see much but the dotted lines in front of us, but we're just about there. I don't know what will be on next on the video, because I'm going to close this one out, be pulling into her yard, and I'm not going to show you where she lives, but I'll just say it's on the western side of Kentucky.
There you go.
And when I get there sometime tomorrow, I'll turn the camera back on once I wake up. Alright, well, thanks for riding along. The first 1/4 of this trip is just about complete. So we got to drive her back to Maine, and then later in June, bring her back home again. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
You're my flight attendant.
Yes. Everybody, please buckle up.
You sound like one.
We have a long ride ahead of us. And due to
Very long.
the nasty virus situation, we need to stop and get gas more often, so be prepared for frequent pull-offs. Other than that, sit back. No trays available during this drive on the back of the seats in front of you, so use your lap, and please wipe up after yourself. I can barely see it because of the light.
Oh.
Yeah, I can do it like this. Hey, hey, it's the end of Friday. Been here all day today. I'm at my sister's place.
Alright.
I'm sure I can see us. Look around the back, see if it's pretty bright. See me, pretty good.
No, not really. I mean, no.
No?
I can see you, yeah. Now I can see you.
No. Well, anyways, what is it, 8 o'clock at night or something?
No, 9:30, about 9:30.
Oh, our time. My time. No.
Oh, wait a minute. It's 8:35.
Yeah.
Sorry.
8:39.
We're getting with the program here.
Anyways, bottom line is I was here all day. Michelle showed me all around. We fed our chickens, and what else did we do? I don't know. Dogs,
rabbits.
walked to the yard. Then we went for a Jeep ride on some public land where they make bombs. And yeah.
USEC,
Yeah, and now we're gonna be wrapping things up tonight. Gonna be taking a shower, get a good night's sleep, and we'll be heading out in the morning.
Yep, in the morning, heading back home.
Yep.
Well, May going away from home for a month, but
So yeah, but yeah, nice little spot here. It's quiet. The road's pretty busy, but she's out in the woods. It's kind of nice. So anyway, yeah, we'll catch up with you probably sometime tomorrow when we're back on the road.